Let's talk about Python dictionaries. So, have you ever needed to link two pieces of information together? Like a name to a phone number, or maybe a product code to its price. Well, if you have, then what you have really been looking for is a Python dictionary. Today, we are going to crack open this essential tool and see exactly how it works and why it's so incredibly powerful. So what is a dictionary really? At its heart is just a collection for storing data in key value pairs. The absolute best way to think about it is your phone's contact list. You've got a name, that's the key. And when you look it up, you find their phone number, that's the value. It really is that simple. A unique key that points you straight to the information you need. Now, to really understand what makes a dictionary tick, you just need to know its three core properties. Think of these as the fundamental rules of the road for dictionaries. They define everything about how they behave. Okay, rule number one, dictionaries are ordered, and this is a really big deal. It just means that the items in a dictionary are the exact same sequence you put them in. The first one you add is always the first one, and the second is always the second. You get the idea, right? No random shuffling, no surprises. Second, they are changeable. You might have also heard this word, mutable. All this means is that a dictionary isn't set in stone. Once you have created it, you are totally free to go back and add new items, change the values of the existing ones, or even remove items from the dictionary. And third, dictionaries do not allow duplicates. Now, to be very specific, what we mean is you cannot have two items with the exact same key. If you try to add a new item with the key that's already in there, you will just end up overriding the old value. Every single key has to be one of a kind. All right, that's enough of the theory, right? Let's get our hands dirty and see what this all looks like in actual code. How do we build one of these things? How do you build one of these things and start using it? So here we go. This is the classic anatomy of a dictionary. The first thing to notice are the curly braces. That's your dead giveaway that you're looking at a dictionary. Inside, we have our key value pairs. In this slide, you can see the key brand followed by a colon and then its value, Ford. Isn't that simple? And each pair is just separated by a comma. Super clean and super readable. This is how you get your data in the dictionary. Okay, so how do we get it back out? Well, it's incredibly easy. You just use the dictionary's name and then you pop the key you want inside of square brackets. So just like the example shows, using the key brand inside of the square brackets, you will have the value for it instantly. And what if you just want to know how many items are there in your dictionary? How big the dictionary is. Python has a really simple built-in function for that. It's called len. You just wrap your dictionary's name inside of it and boom, it tells you the total count of key value pairs. In this case, it's 3. This is super handy for all sorts of things like, for example, running loops or just checking if a dictionary has anything in it at all. And this right here, this showcases one of the dictionary's true superpowers, its flexibility. While the keys are usually pretty simple, like text or numbers, the values can be pretty much anything you can imagine. We are talking strings, numbers, Boolean values. You can even have a whole list as a value. So you could have key named colors, and its value could be a whole list of different color options. It's just incredibly flexible. Now you're probably thinking, hey, Python has other ways to group data, right? I have heard of lists, tuples, and sets. Well, you're absolutely right. So where does dictionaries fit into this bigger picture? Let's do a quick comparison so you always know which tool is the right one for the job. This table is a fantastic cheat sheet. So a list is changeable and is totally fine with duplicate items. On the other hand, tuples are basically an ordered list that's been locked down. You can't change it after you have created it. And then you have sets, which is all about one thing, uniqueness. It has no duplicates, but you give up any sense of order. And that brings us to dictionary. It's ordered, it's changeable, and it has unique keys. So here's the bottom line. Whenever you need to connect a unique identifier to some piece of data and you want the freedom to change it later, a dictionary is almost always going to be your best bet. Okay, that was a whirlwind tour of Python dictionaries. Before we wrap things up, let's just quickly nail down the key takeaways, the stuff you really need to remember. So here it is. At their core, dictionaries are all about key value pairs. You can always spot them by their telltale curly braces. They've got three golden rules. A, they are ordered. B, they are changeable. And C, they do not allow duplicate keys. And when you need to grab some data, just use the key inside of the square brackets. If you can remember these few things, you have truly mastered the essence of Python dictionaries. So I will leave you with this final thought, right? So take a look around you at your work, in your hobbies, even just the files on your computer. What's some real world information that you could perfectly structure and organize with a dictionary right now? I bet once you start looking, you will start seeing them everywhere.